Continuiamo il nostro
Let's
viaggio
go on
della scoperta delle
in the
preparazioni
discovery of the basic preparation talking about biscuits, and now we're going to see the preparation of cookies. Clearly, there are many varieties. We'll try to use one of the main ingredient balances that are used. So the main ingredients are chocolate chips, even though very often um, people tend to use drops that are a little bit bigger, so there's a sort of dripping chocolate when we cut through the biscuit. Remember that both if you're using drops, smaller or bigger chocolate chips, always freeze them, because during the cooking they will not melt completely. You must do it especially in the summer, because when you will mix them, we might overheat the product, and so the chips might melt and color the dough too much. So, first thing, taking your chips, your chocolate, and freeze it, and eventually even flour them to stabilize their shape. Muscovado sugar or brown sugar. Use a Muscovado sugar because it has an aroma that's more the stronger. It reminds of licorice, hazelnut. It's very strong, very nice. Eggs, flour, to 00 flour, weak. We put a little part of chemical yeast to give a slight leavening push to our cookie, and butter. Eventually you can enrich your cookie adding some dried fruits. We're going to add some grains to have a better consistency. So we have two main ways to make our cookie. We can insert all of the products together. In this way we'll have a consistency. We'll have crunch, crumbliness, the resistance for the slight leavening of the cookie. If you instead want a more rigid cookie, it's better to insert the butter later. So we can insert all of the ingredients together, but the butter is going to be added lately, not to disturb the structure too much, the gluten structure too much. So we can start. Always remember to sift your flours. We've already done it at least twice. We're going to add the chocolate chips, then the dried fruits, which are optional, the liquid element, scraping nicely, and then the butter. Using our leaf paddle to mix the ingredients. The temperature of the butter must be around 15 degrees, 16 degrees Celsius as always. Always check on the temperature of your laboratory to avoid that the butter melts or overheats. Always apply some pressure on your planetary machine, or as we said more than one time, you can slightly lift your bowl, or turning the machine off and using a spatula.
e tenete sotto controllo soprattutto il cioccolato. Se voi lo
So
dovete
keep
fare
your chocolate under control. If you want a lighter dough, use a sugar, a brown sugar, light brown sugar, or even a plain white sugar.
trovarsi in purissima,
With
poi
this Muscovado sugar, we will have a nice
fa
hazelnut
diventare
brown color